So I am having a monthly drawing. Right? With the monthly drawing, the weekly drawing is a cash prize, and the monthly drawing is a special rare collectible that I guarantee it's something that you're going to want and you're going to treasure, and it's something that a monthly drawing. Right? With the there we go. Okay, so let's get off of here. All right, so we're all set. Okay, so if you could just like give me perspective on what I'm sharing with you this morning, and I'm going to start this presentation off with a real short video clip here, and it's actually something that when I saw this, I learned something I did not know before. Okay, and it's something that it was kind of a different perspective, and it's a little bit of history on Benjamin Franklin, and that's what. Let's see. Get this on. Let's go here. Oops, hang on a minute here. There we go. Okay, so with this video here, let's go ahead and start this off.
Benjamin Franklin. Who was he? Signer of the Declaration of Independence, champion of democracy, inventor, writer, scientist, diplomat. But did you know he was also an investor in precious metals? In fact, when Benjamin Franklin died, he bequeathed 1,000 pounds sterling silver, worth about 4,000 at the time, each to both his birth city of Boston and Philadelphia, the city he'd called home since he was 17 years old, with stipulations. For the first 100 years, the silver was to be used to give small loans to skilled workers, enabling them to start businesses of their own. Franklin was fascinated by the concepts of compounding interest and financial gains made over time. For the second 100 years, the cities could use the funds for public works projects. At the end of 200 years, in 1990, the funds were released for each city to use as they saw fit. What had begun as a relatively small amount of silver bullion invested wisely grew to over $7 million, enough to fund the construction of 2 large buildings, the Benjamin Franklin Institute of Technology in Boston and the Franklin Institute in Philadelphia. An American icon, an American hero, an American life. Introducing the brand new Miles Standish Design Coin Series. American life, only from 7K.
Okay, so that was quite an introduction there, I thought. Yes, it's kind of interesting. I actually was not aware of that with Benjamin Franklin. I did. For another thing too is I didn't realize he retired when he was like 42 years old. But as far as with what he did with when he passed away, and what he willed with the 1,000 pounds sterling silver, and how much that grew over the time. Okay, and like what I'm sharing with everybody here this morning is something that's important. Like I said, it's going to change your perspective on how you view money, and then also how you save, and just gives you some ideas. And of course, I do have an opportunity to share with you, but the most important thing I want to share with you today is just the importance and the value of saving, and what types you can save in the form of. So in this case here, I'm going to be sharing the most overlooked and simple technique to building wealth and growing and starting, growing your income starting today, as far as how to start actually building true generational wealth. And that's something that a lot of people, there's wealthy families throughout the world. Okay. And like the really wealthy families, they all have multiple streams of income. They're just, they're saving, investing in different things and everything. But The number one key factor that every single one of them has is every single one of them do save in the form of silver and gold. Okay, that's a fact, and it's something that's proven that throughout the course of time. And even like in the example right there that I share with you with Benjamin Franklin, that proves to you how much value over the course of time, where silver and gold has always maintained its purchasing power, its value, and it's always grown. Whereas um, in today's world of fiat currency, paper money, ever since we were taking off the gold standard back in the 1970s, paper, pardon me, paper money has always lost its value, and that's where, with one of the videos that I'm going to share another short video with you in a few minutes, that it actually shows you kind of the history of why the U.S. dollar and fiat currency does not have the same purchasing power as it used to. Okay, so this is, like I said, there's some education in here, and this is I'm really excited to share this with you because I think this is something that is life-changing. It was life-changing for me. And like I said, I really hope that you enjoy what I'm sharing with you this morning. So what I'm going to be sharing with you, what are the benefits in saving in the form of precious metals, i.e. in this case, gold and silver. And also in the short video I have coming up, the gentleman refers to it as sound money. And there's a reason why it's referred to it as that as well. But I'm going to share with you how you can save, who you can trust, and how do you know if you're getting a good deal, because there's a lot of business or companies out there and opportunities out there to actually save in the form of silver and gold, but you want to make sure that you're doing it the right way. And and there's a way when you go to liquidate it, what are your options are for that. So that's what's really key about doing it. And then also how you can afford to purchase gold and silver, even if you're on a tight budget. And that's one thing, like when I mention this to a lot of people, like, well, I can't afford to do that. The truth of the matter is that's a misconception that everybody had, not everybody, but a lot of people have, is they can't afford to do it. But what I'm going to share with you is how, regardless of your income, whether you're making minimum wage or $15,000 a year or $150,000 a year, you can afford to do this. And it's something that'll actually help you start building that generational wealth, because generational wealth is called generational. It's generational for a reason, because it's stuff that it's something that's built up over time. It's not instantaneous, and that's hard for a lot of people in today's world, especially with all the I'll put it just by all the crap that's on Instagram and all social medias, everybody bragging about this, that, and the other thing. Most of those people don't even have what they're sharing. Okay, but it's, so everybody has this idea that everything is instantaneous, but in this case here, generational wealth is generational because it's over a course of time. It's not instantaneous, but that's really the true form of saving and building wealth, is something that happens over the course of time. Okay, and I'm also going to share with you what your financial institutions and your financial advisors are not sharing with you, and then also how you can start today. And also, I do have a really special opportunity. So if you're located in one of these 7 countries here, it's like limited to these countries at the moment, but it is something that's going to be global. So if you're watching this on YouTube or on a replay or something, and you want to email me, again, that email address is rick@silverandgoldsolutions.org. It's in the chat. If you're interested in this, but you're not in one of these 7 countries here in the United States, Canada, Australia, Ireland, the UK, New Zealand, or Singapore, let me know. Still email and say, hey, Rick, I'm interested in this, but I'm from another country. Can you let me know when things come open? I will definitely do that. Okay, that's my promise and guarantee to you today. So just make sure you have the right email address. Okay. Who this presentation is for is anyone that understands the importance of saving in the form of gold and silver, but they're not sure how to go about doing it. That's like the key to is just knowing how to do it, because if you don't know how to do something, what do? You just don't do anything. So you just keep doing things the way that you've been taught or the way you've been doing it all along. And odds are you're probably not getting the results. So that'll show show you ways to do that today. It's also for those who are looking for other options to save and control how much and how often. It's for those that have a job, but the company they work for that does not have a 401k. Now, there's a lot of big companies and corporations out there that offer their employees 401k plans, which is, if they offer that to you, I highly encourage you to take advantage of that. That is it's a great opportunity for you to, unless like the case with the 401k, you pick a percentage that comes out of your paycheck. You don't even see that money. It's taken out before you even get your check. So meanwhile, that's working, the money's working for you, provided you got it in the right assets or diversified correctly. It's working for you, building money for you. In this case here, like with what I'm sharing with you here today with the silver and gold, it's the same. It's a way for you to do it personally, or with the 401k, yeah, it's taken out of your check, but with the silver and gold, it's something that you can actually do yourself, handle yourself, and do once a month. Have an incremental amount taken and used towards silver and gold, and you're going to build that generation. You're going to build that wealth as well. Okay, and that's something that you can personally handle. You don't have to have anybody do it for you. Okay, so this is a really great opportunity, especially for the smaller businesses that can't offer their employees a 401k plan. This is something they could offer to them, suggest to them, and it's something at least give them an idea and some options. And it's also for those who are looking for money for college. That was one of the reasons why I was so excited about this when it was introduced to me was, my youngest son just graduated high school here a month ago. And, I'm really proud of him. And he wants to go to college. And, when this was brought up to me, I'm like, this gives me another option of a way to start saving in some form, another form, and actually be able to help him come, time for him to pay for his schooling. So, and it's also for those looking for to put money aside and, actually save in a form of something where it's going to build and grow for you and have like a little nest egg in addition to what you're already doing. I mean, you may already have a 401k, you may already have some other things set up, but this is something that it's, like I said, it's so affordable that anybody can do it. And also, like I said, with it, there comes the opportunity to make an additional income, which is even like the cherry on top. So it's like I said, this is something, it's a good educational thing here. This is something like if you have junior high school age son or daughter or grandkid, this is something that I would recommend you share with them, because this is something that's not taught in the formal education system, and it's something that should be taught. And so that's why I highly encourage people to at least watch the video presentation portions of this, because it's very educational, but at the same time, it does really open up your mind to how you perceive money. Okay. And it's also just for those who are wondering what their options are. Okay. So to recap whoops, what's wrong with my mouse? To qualify for the drawing, just send me an email at rick@silverandgoldsolutions.org. Let me know what your biggest takeaway from the presentation was, what resonated with you, what you didn't like, or what you thought of what I was sharing. Just that's feedback from me to you. It has nothing to do with the offer and the opportunity I'm sharing this morning. This has to do with me thanking you and appreciating you for taking the time this morning to spend it with me. Okay. And so we have the weekly drawing, it's a cash prize, and then we have a monthly drawing. So either way, just send me an email and you'll qualify for both. So you don't have to be here every week. You'll qualify for the weekly drawing and the monthly drawing. So that's all you do to get qualified. All right. So what I want to do now is I have another short video, and the gentleman I'm going to be bringing on here, his name is Zach Davis, and he has a very nice presentation where he goes over the history, and it's like I said, yeah, a little bit of history lesson. He goes over some of the reasons why the US dollar has declined in value and fiat currency in general has, and what's happened with precious metals over the course of time. And it's something that's, like I said, it's a very eye-opening opportunity. And I hope that you stick around and stick around to the end of the video, because he's going to be touching lightly on what I'm going to be sharing with you as an opportunity. And as soon as the video is over, I will share my opportunity with you and then share a little bit more information. And then you can jump off and continue to enjoy your weekend and have a good 4th of July weekend. So without further ado, here's the video. And if for some reason you're having trouble with the audio, because I've had a couple of webinars where it didn't come through too clear, let me know. Okay, send me something in the chat. All right, so without further ado, here is Zach. And I'll be watching this. I have to check everything, make sure it's going okay on YouTube. But so if you see me pop off for a second, that's what I'm doing. But I'll be watching this with you as well.
Welcome to 7K. Eric, you working harder for more money to cover the basics, but it just doesn't seem to go as far. Well, it's not just you. Higher costs and added financial pressure on families and fear and uncertainty. As of May 2017, did you know that 44% of Americans said they could not cover a $400 emergency expense? They'd have to rely on a credit card, selling something, or borrowing money if such event arose. So what's happening with your money? Well, it's in the numbers. If you look at this chart, in 1913, the Federal Reserve was created, and you'll see at that point, $1 was worth $1 in spending power. But in 2013, the dollar was only worth about 5 cents. That's about a 96% reduction in value of the spending power of the dollar since 1913. Here's how it shakes out in real life. This is the Everyday Price Index. This measures inflation for everyday spending in 3 different categories. So this is weighted for different expenses in each group.
like more healthcare costs or education costs. Urban renters, 58.1%. Retired couples, 61.6%. Look at this for young families trying to start a family and own a home, 78.3% more inflation. Now look at these numbers. Now, these are things that you have to have on a daily basis. Eating food at home costs 43% more between 2000 and 2018. 59% increase to eat out. Heat sources, 99%. Car insurance, 97%. Water and sewer, 133. Do you know anybody who'd like to go to college today? Maybe a child or grandchildren? 151% increase in college tuition. Medical care expenses, up 97% in the same time frame. Now, do you mind if I show you the case for sound money? Don't worry, it's just a fancy name for gold and silver. Gold and silver is one of the secrets the wealthy have always used for ages to amass and protect their wealth. In fact, governments and financial institutions know and use the secret. They are the largest holders of gold in the world today. There's a reason why. Look at this. What could you buy today with the same silver from 1965? Check this out. If you went to the grocery store and you wanted to buy a gallon of milk and took in 1 ounce of silver or $1 bill, you could purchase that gallon of milk in 1965. But in 2019, 1 ounce of silver would get you 5 gallons of milk. How many gallons of milk would $1 purchase? Nothing. It's a 410% increase in buying power for silver. Look at the movie ticket. 1965, $1 or 1 silver ounce will buy you a movie ticket. In 2019, 1 ounce of silver will buy you almost 2 movie tickets. That's an 80% increase in the buying power of silver. That means that is a 95% reduction in the spending power of the dollar bill. Check this example out. 2,500 ounces of silver or $2,500 would buy you 1 Ford Mustang in 1965. But if you took $2,500 in the Ford dealership today, I promise you, you're not walking out with a Ford Mustang. Now, you might be able to get a down payment, but look what happens today in 2020 with the same 2,500 ounces of silver. You could actually purchase 2 Ford Mustangs. Now, here's a great example of the purchasing power of gold and the dollar. The question is, where would you put this $10,000 in 1965? Would you put it in a house or would you put it in gold? Here's how the numbers shake out for 2020. $10,000 put into a home would have turned into roughly $85,000. That's a pretty good return. But the same $10,000 put into gold is $528,251. That is a huge difference. So the question is, after seeing those statistics, does your financial future seem a little bit more challenging? But why aren't your financial professionals telling you about this? The truth is, they don't want you to know. They want you to think it's not important to know the secrets of sound money. But we believe in you and want to guide you in your journey to creating and protecting true wealth for your family and your legacy, because you deserve it. So we're going to show you how to use the secrets the wealthy have always used to confidently get ahead of the game now and forever. We are 7K. The 7K founders are on a mission to change the world. 100 plus years of successful business experience sits between them. In fact, they have changed multiple industries for the better. They have a passion for helping the average person get ahead. And one of these individuals actually created a company that is worth $2 billion today. They have shared abilities but unique strengths that can help you to achieve the success you want. Here's a message from the founders. We created 7K because we genuinely want to improve the lives of people around the world. We have watched way too many of our friends struggle as the economy fluctuates. Employment issues arise or unexpected changes come up in life. Using the power of gold and silver, we believe we can provide a way for people to create financial independence, preserve their wealth, and live an exceptional life. We started this company because we believe in you. So here are some of the questions that we had when we found out about the power of sound money. We asked, do any of these resonate with you? Where should I buy it? Who should I trust? What should I buy? How do I buy in small quantities, and how do I get more of it? So we created a membership. that solves many of the problems the average person like you and I face when we buy precious metals. One of the very first member benefits of being a member of 7K is dealer direct pricing on gold and silver bullion. Here's how the process works. The US Mint create coins. They sell those coins to a dealer, and then we sell those coins directly to you. No minimums, no maximums, period. This was just the beginning, and we didn't stop there. But first, the question about what should you buy? To answer that question, we created what we call our buyer certification program. Why? Because we already made all the mistakes so that you don't have to. This expert training helps you identify what type of buyer you are and understand the following. How the wealthy have always used sound money for their gain. The key factors to protect your personal finances in any economy. What's the value of MS-70 in coin collecting and why it's potentially more valuable than bullion? Why governments and large institutions are the biggest buyers of gold and silver. Now here's the 5 reasons for sound money. Hedge against poor government decision and potential economic collapse. Wealth accumulation, wealth protection, portfolio diversification, last, certainly not least, and probably one of my favorite, is coin collecting. In fact, what if I told you that we all made a $1.2 million mistake because we didn't understand the power of coin collecting? Did you know that if you had purchased one MS-70 Silver Eagle every month since 1986, it would cost you roughly $40,000 to $50,000? Now that seems like quite a bit of money, but over time, it's really not compared to today's value of that coin collection. It would be worth $1.2 million. The problem is, most of us lack a little bit of discipline. So we don't go down and purchase those coins every single month like we should. So we needed an easy way that doesn't require discipline to collect coins every month. And that's why we created our Auto Saver program. So we gathered a team of world-class experts to hand select collectible coins to take your collecting and legacy to the next level. Our world-class coins and collections are sent to your door every single month, giving you peace of mind that your saving is on autopilot. Here are the 3 different options that you have for the Auto Saver program. First is the basic. We send a 7K exclusive collection MS-70 Silver Eagle or standard 7K label MS-70 Silver Eagle to your door every single month. Now, we run different labeled series like the US 50 State Series for this tried and true collectible. This option features the steady as it goes. A great long. Now, a variety point. This will be quite a showcase when you're finished. These MS-70 coins tell an incredible story from start to finish, and they're delivered to your doorstep every single month. The specialty option are gold and rare silver collectible coins that are a specialty. Often these coins have a limited run of less than 500 coins in the world. With this option, you'll get a mix of both sent to your door every single month. Now, of course, these will be handpicked by our experts. Don't feel secure about storing your collection at home? These will store your collectibles for free when you actively buy a qualifying collectible coin every single month. Every month you buy is another month we store your coins for free in our private vault. These private vaults are 100% insured by Lloyd's of London. They're military-grade security, inventory management, movement tracking, electronic visibility, and like I said before, one of the coolest member benefits is free monthly storage when you're on the phone. Perhaps one of the most exciting things that we've done here at 7K as a member benefit is created what we call the Sound Money Wallet. This is the new age of precious metals that is alive. 100% backed by physical inventory. You can buy it, store it, trade it, cash it out, and more. The power is back in your hands. Zero hassle, zero headaches. Here's how it works. You can take cash and instantly convert your cash into gold with no fee. Take the same gold and instantly convert it back to cash at one of the best buyback rates on the market. How about silver? You can do the exact same thing. Member-to-member transfers. Instantly send gold, silver, or cash to other members for free. You can also take gold or silver straight to you. You can request your metals to be shipped to your door for the cost of shipping and insurance. It's that easy. It's about time Gold and Silver gave you the freedom that you deserve. And let me ask you something. How many of you like good deals and love to travel? Well, as a member here, one of the other benefits is our 7K Advantage Rewards program. This program is helping you live a lifestyle that only you could design. There's 800 different ways to save. Exclusive offers on travel, local restaurants, wherever you are, everyday services that you're already using, and deals on the largest name brands. Save where you have to spend so you can spend more where you want. 7K getaways. Gold and silver are essential, and we believe it's the key to living a lifestyle and creating memories that will never fade. With our company-sponsored trips, you will make memories that span the globe. Hear what one of our customers has to say. In our 17-year marriage, my wife and I have never been on a plane together, let alone to a foreign country. Because of 7K getaways, we have now been on multiple trips together to places we never thought we would go. Now, remember, as of May 2017, 44% of Americans said they could not cover a $400 emergency expense. So owning gold and silver is great. Traveling the world is great. But if you don't have the money to do those things, it can be very, very difficult. So here at 7K, we created a way where you can share, earn points, and get paid. Every time you share it with somebody else, you generate points. So when you purchase your membership, it creates a spot in the tracking center. You have the opportunity to build two teams, your left team and your right team. Every time you get 500 points on your left and 500 points on your right, it generates a $500 commission check. Let me just show you the multiple ways to earn. Membership and renewals, monthly auto saver program, rare coin sales, and retail sales. Every time a new member joins your team or a monthly auto saver coin is ordered, whether you shared it with them or another active associate on your team, you will collect points towards a cycle check. And let me show you how to rank up to unlock max pay. As an associate, you can earn up to $500 per week, $1,000 per week, bronze $2,000, silver $3,500 per week. As a gold, $7,000 per week. An executive gold, $10,000 a week. And as a presidential gold, $12,500 a week. There are a ton of benefits here at 7K. Here are just some. Residual income for a lifetime, like I just showed you. The auto saver program, where you set it and forget it. The Advantage Rewards program, where you can travel the world and have exclusive deals on some of the best name brands and some of your local favorites. 7K limited and rare. The Sound Money Wallet. 1099 tax write-offs because you'll be owning and running your own business. Gold-backed IRAs. 7K healthcare program. The ability to buy precious metals at dealer direct pricing, and much, much more. So the question is, are you ready to change your life? Here are the two ways that you can get involved with this: the standard membership or the premium membership. Our standard membership is a one-year membership. It includes the buyer certification training, collective training, member direct pricing on unlimited bullion, no minimums and no maximums. The Advantage Rewards program, 3 technology credits, access to exclusive low mintage collectibles, 1 graded silver coin, and access to our exclusive Sound Money wallet. And as a premium member, you get a 1-year membership, the buyer certification, collector's training, member direct pricing on unlimited bullion, the Advantage program. But instead of 3, you get 12 technology credits. You get access to exclusive low mintage collectibles. You get 1 MS-70 silver coin, 1 silver bullion coin, 10 business cards, 4 wealth strategy books, and access to the Sound Money wallet so you can begin sharing this unbelievable opportunity with others. So ask yourself, how would it feel to know that you had control over your financial future? How would your life be different if you had more time and more money to do what you love? The question is, on this mission to change the world. Get the membership package and get started today. Thank you for spending some time with us. My name is Zach Davis.
Okay, he did an excellent job there, I thought, of sharing that presentation. So before we go any further, I want just to let you know a little bit about 7K, and then I'll share the opportunity that I wanted to share with everybody, because this really is a life-changing opportunity. But, something to think about, that what he brought up in his presentation was, when you what really stood out to me, which was the kind of like the, I guess, the slam dunk on this whole thing to me, was the 1965 example of the $2,500 in $2,500 in cash, or 2,500 1-ounce silver coins. So a silver coin was worth $1 back then, and a dollar was worth $1. But if you walked into a Ford dealer and wanted to buy a 1965 Ford Mustang, you could buy one brand new. But if you today, if you walked into a Ford dealer with $2,500, you would be looking at a down payment and then 4 or 5 years of paying for the car. Okay. But if you actually walked into a Ford dealer with 2,500 silver coins, 1-ounce coins, you'd be able to walk out with 2 brand new Ford Mustangs already paid for. So that there was the like I said, the slam dunk, as far as why I did not realize that that's what was going on as far as the precious metals and the silver aspect of it. But then also when he showed the example of $10,000 into a house back in 1965 versus putting that into gold, where the return was like $85,000 on a $10,000 investment in a house. So that's a pretty good return. But what's more impressive is the 10,000 into gold being worth over $500,000 today. Okay, so it just shows you, and this is like over the time. That's like what I was, said at the beginning is I'm going to share with you. This is how you can do it incrementally. You don't need to do. I mean, yeah, if you had $10,000 to put in gold or silver like that, that's one option to do it. But you don't need to do that. So then a lot of people can't do that. Okay, so even if you're like making minimum wage, I did the calculations on this, and if you went with the basic auto saver where you get the one coin a month, that comes out to like $3.86 a day. Okay, so that's something. It actually comes out to $116 a month, but that's something. Just once a month, you put that money in towards silver in this case here, and it's going to build over time. And like when he shared that example, that $1.2 million mistake, that is really eye opening. So from 1986, when this version of Silver Eagle first came out, if you would have collected an MS-70 coin, which is a perfectly, let me see if I can get that in here. This is an MS-70 coin. If you could have collected one of those per month over from 1986 till now, you would have spent between $40,000 to $50,000, but yet it's worth over 1.2 million. So you would have had like a $1,150,000 plus profit. Okay, and there's nothing that puts out that return. Even Bitcoin and stuff doesn't put out that return. Okay, so it's something that's to think about, how it's just doing it incrementally. But of course, if we all knew that in hindsight, we all would have been doing that, and we all would be millionaires right now. But that's something that, like with silver, precious metal, silver and gold, it's an incremental thing, and that's what 7K did. Is they got together, they decided, what can we do to make it so the average everyday person, regardless of their income or their background, whether you came from a middle class or a poor family or a rich family, how each individual person could actually start building their own generational wealth. And that's how they came up with the concept of 7K, and then also the auto saver program. That's because, like I said at the beginning, this is like your own personal version of your own silver and gold 401k plan, because you put away a little bit each month, just like with a 401k, you do it weekly out of your paycheck. But like with the 7K here, you can do like one payment a month, or one item a month, and you're going to start building that generational wealth. And especially with recap real quick on the MS-70 graded coin. Okay, so this one here is an MS-70, so it's a perfectly graded coin. You can't get any better grade, and it's done by NGC, which is the Numismatic Grading Corporation, and they're one of the top 2 grading companies in the world. And when they grade it, they serial number it, they put a barcode on it, and it's encapsulated in this really hard plastic. So the only way you could get it out of here is to bust it open, but you wouldn't want to do that, because this is a perfectly graded coin, and it's always going to hold its value and then some, because it's perfectly graded and it's pure, and it's something that collectors would be chomping at the bit for. But at the same time, it's always going to hold its value and then grow. Okay, so that's something like with a little bit to get a coin graded. Like say if you had a silver or whatever, from your parents or your grandparents or something, and you wanted to get it graded, you would have to, a membership with NGC is $25, but then even to have one coin graded without even knowing what it is, that costs $35 a coin. So you're already looking at $60 just to have it graded. Okay, so with what 7K is doing with their autosaver here is they're making sure that you get a perfectly graded coin. So the coins that come back not graded perfect, or that's something that's something the cost that they're having to cover themselves. But it's just one of the things that just people are like, when people ask me about the membership, why would I have to pay a membership fee? Well, for one, they are a business. They do have overhead, but that's not the reason why they charge it. But they do give you something for the membership. It's not just you're paying a fee and then that's it. Like a lot of stuff you see online. Buy my special offer, pay this much, and then you got to do all the work. This and then another thing. This is something that they're doing a lot of stuff for us, because on top of it, they're buying stuff that dealer direct pricing. That's a huge thing, because what they're referring to there is that, that goes from the mint to the dealer, and then their 7Ks, purchasing it straight from the dealer. So there's not all these markups where if you walked into like a coin dealer or something like that, it's changing hands 4 and 5 times before it even gets to there. And so you're actually paying more of the markup, where here 7K is ensuring that whether you buy one piece, 100 pieces, 1,000 pieces, something, you're going to pay the same piece price. Okay. Because they're working out the best possible deal for everybody, and they pass that along to everybody. So in this case here, like a lot of companies that sell silver and gold and different types of precious metals, they'll have where if you buy this one piece is this, you buy 10, it's this, and 100 and this, and it keeps going down the more you buy. But like with 7K, whether you buy 1 or 1,000 of something, it's going to be the same piece price. Okay, so that's something that's they kind of incorporate everything into the membership. Plus with the membership, you do get like this, I'll have a picture of this in another slide here because it doesn't shows up here. You do get this excuse me, American Silver Eagle Miles Standish book that's autographed, and it actually covers the history of the Silver Eagles, and shows you on some pages, shows you the amount of coins that were graded perfectly and everything. And it's kind of like, it's a real nice recap of it, and shows you the history of the Silver Eagle. But then on top of it, they do send you with the standard package, that's what I got, they do send you a silver graded coin. Okay, at the time I got mine back in December of last year, was like right before Christmas, like 2 weeks exactly before, and I was a little bit tight on my budget at the time, so I just went with the standard membership and the basic auto saver. And with the standard membership, yeah, I got an MS69 coin, I got the book, and you have all the additional benefits that you see here in with what I'm going to share on another screen too. So there's a lot involved with the membership. It's not just a fee. So there's a lot with that. But with 7K, they're located in Idaho Falls, Idaho. They do have a physical building. So like if you were in that city, you could walk into the front door and talk with people and actually transact there if you want. They have a phone number you can reach them at. You can call. They have normal business hours. You can call them during the day. And hold on one second here. I have to cough. Sorry. So they do have a phone number you can call. They have online support. They have after hours chat support. And from what I've seen from day one and whenever I've had questions, they are just phenomenal as far as the response time with everything. They're very knowledgeable and they're very friendly. And there's been like 2 occasions where I've had questions where the person at after hours didn't know the answer, but the very next thing, first thing next morning, I got an email one time, then another time I got a call from them, customer service lady, and they're really great on their customer service. And that's what's very important, especially when you're dealing with something with your money, and in this case here, silver and gold as well. They do have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating, which is excellent. 4.5 out of 5-star reviews out of 40 reviews. But actually, that's really important. It's all, everybody always looks at the stars, but the biggest thing I always look at really is the customer complaints, because with the Better Business Bureau, people like can go onto somebody's website and put a review for them, and it's like they say, "Oh, everything was excellent," and then they give it like a 3 or a 4 out of 5-star rating. So it's like, there's kind of like a disconnect there. But like with Better Business Bureau, you always want to look at the customer complaints, because that's somebody who had a legitimate bona fide complaint, and they went to the, and they filed it with the Better Business Bureau. And so they have 0. So that's like really great. That's excellent to know. And then the founders, there are Zach Davis, who we heard from in the video, Roger Ball, and Josh Anderson. And the name that looks, if Roger Ball looks familiar to you, in the presentation, Zach referred to somebody who was that created a $2 billion company. That's actually Roger Ball. He actually is the founder of Melaleuca. And Melaleuca's been around for decades now, and they're still going strong there. So that just shows you that the quality and the type of people that got together to create 7K. And it's like I said, out of everything that I've ever seen online in the last decade,
this by far is the most impressive opportunity, as far as, what you can do, how you can actually start building your own generational wealth by saving in the form of silver and gold. It's really just, it's something where another benefit too, excuse me, another benefit too is you physically own it. It's not like with if you're trading or something, are you doing stuff through your, with stocks or stuff, we don't physically own it. This is the case here. You physically own it. They send it to you. Now they do have that option of the sound money vault, which the basic membership, you wouldn't be able to do that. There's only certain coins that you could do that, but at the same time, that's just an option that they offer. This is something that where you physically own it, and it's something that's going to build, and you can actually pass it down from generation to generation. And one thing too here I wanted to share with you that's not really covered in the presentation that Zach did is one thing that 7Key does is say, my apologies here. Hang on a second. One thing that they do is if you create your membership and you qualify as an associate above, okay, as you stay an active member and you're earning this money passively, if something happens down the road where like you're, heaven forbid, you like something happens to your health and you start to you're going to die or something, you can actually will your account to a family member, as long as they're a member of 7K, you can actually will your whole account to them. And that way they would still get the weekly commission checks and everything that you were getting yourself. So that's something that they really thought about a lot of things here when they put together 7K. So what I wanted to share with you is the opportunity of this. Okay, it's important to save, and we all know that. It's important, to have some percentage of what you save in the form of silver and gold. And that's one of the things that I wanted to point out too, is your financial institutions. If you walked into a bank and said, how can I say, what should I do with my money? They're not going to say, well, here, for one, they're not going to say, go to 7K, because they don't want you to do that, because then you're not going to put your money with them. They're going to, so basically you're using your money to actually get something, a physical, tangible silver or gold, and then build your own wealth. But they're not able to use your money. But they're not also going to tell you to, put 20% of your savings in gold. They're not going to tell you that, because they don't want you doing that. They want you to just put your money into the bank, and so that they can use it. They can actually loan out your money. They can actually use your money to buy gold and silver and, invest in that too. So there's a lot of things that are not being told. Same with the financial advisor. He's not going to say, oh yeah, just go ahead and head over to 7K. They'll take care of it. You'll be able to save and start building wealth that way. But because he's not going to tell you to do that, because then he's not making a commission off of you. Okay, so that's just some couple things to keep in mind here. But like also too, there are tax advantages to saving in the form of collectibles. Okay, that's something that's not widely known. It's actually kind of, not many people know that at all. But when they created the rules and the laws as far as what was taxable or reportable on your 1099-B, one of the things that they did not put on there was any type of collectible. So if you got something that's a graded, or there's other types of things that 7K offers, they do offer different types of gold and silver bullion. They do offer bars, and they even actually have jewelry. But with your when filing taxes, so like the person that had that $1.2 million collection, if he went to liquidate that, he would actually only have to report the value of what he paid for it, because the gains that he made are not reportable. So he would have a $1,150,000 plus kind of pretty much tax-free money. So this is something like, and I would encourage people to, go over their things with their cost of, their CPA or their accountant, just to how they're going to cover things in that. But just, just something to think about. Okay. So what I wanted to share with everybody here today is the opportunity to work together. Okay, because in order to rank up to qualify from associate, like if you refer two people, a left and a right, or two teams, you refer two people, you can qualify as an associate, which once those people people on your teams hit the 500 points, then you get a $500 check. But in order to scale up quicker and earn quicker, so we're ranking up to copper, bronze, silver and gold, and so, and so on. You have to work together as a team. And that's the one thing that 7K has the great opportunity just to reward people for sharing this with the other people. So, but at the same time, they wanted to make sure that the people that are benefiting from this are actually helping other people at the same time and working together as a team. So what I wanted to do is share the opportunity to work together with you as a team. It's not my team, not your team, but it's our team. Okay. So, and how I would do that, and so that's what I'm going to explain right here, is so in order to start today, and like if you wanted to create a membership and just not even worry about earning passively, you can do that too. You could just go to 7kmetals.com//Rick F. And one of the things too, like if you went to 7K Metals and like, well, I'm not going to go to Rick's link here, and I'm just going to go to 7K, they're going to ask you who referred you. So even if you went to their thing, they're going to say, well, who referred you? Because they want to pay it forward to somebody. Okay. So that's, like I said, this out of the last 10 years, this is the best opportunity I've seen. It's actually the most pay it forward opportunity in existence, because everybody that you work with and share this opportunity with has somewhat, not only are they building wealth by having silver or gold or whatever they decide to get, but they're also earning passively in the process just by saying, hey, this is a great opportunity. It's something that, everybody should have the option to do. Okay. So what I have you do is send me an email to rick@silverandgoldsolutions.org, the same email that I have for the drawing. And the drawing, like I said, the drawing has nothing to do with 7K. That's just from me to you personally. So with your email, I want you to have your preferred email address, your name and your phone number, and also your address. Now your phone number, that would be for your cell phone. Because I'm not going to call you. It's just another way for us to communicate. Plus two, what, if there's something where you need help with something sometime, or you need an explanation, or if you need me to jump on a Zoom call and explain something to you or whatever, you could text me, and say, hey, Rick, can we get together and can you cover this with me, or I've got somebody that needs some explanation or something like that. I could help you with that. Okay. So when you send it to me, I will actually, when I send the response email, I will send you my phone number too. So you'll have mine too. So you could text me that way. But with the address, what I'm doing, because, we're building a special team here. We're gonna have a team where my goal is to have everybody hit the associate rank. And then after everybody hits the associate rank, let's get everybody to hit the copper rank and keep growing. That's the whole thing, is because to work together as a team, because in order for you to be successful or for me to be successful, we have to work together. Okay. And so I will, I can help you with that as well. Okay. So with the address, I'm putting together a nice little welcome kind of team package thing just for us. So I will send that to you. So regardless of your country, if you're like in the UK or Ireland or Singapore or something, I would still send that to you. So don't feel like I wouldn't do that just because you're in another country. I will definitely do that. So once you send me that email, I will send you a link. And in this case here, the link I'm going to show you is not even going to be my own. It's going to be somebody else's. Okay. And this is like a first come, first serve basis. So depending on when you watch this, is when if there's a lot of people that email me at the same time, it might be a slight delay. But like if you have your phone number with it, I could text you and say, okay, well, I'm waiting on, one person or whatever the case is. And then we can kind of communicate that way too as well. But it's after you get the link, go ahead and create your membership number, your account right away. And as soon as you create your account, you're going to have a username, and your username is actually going to be the tail on your referral ID or your own personal website. So like this website is coded to me. So like if like Karen, you're on here. So if you put, /Karen or like Karen123 or something. And like I always tell people, try to keep it short or as short as you can, and professionals, to maintain the integrity of 7K, because it's something that you can post on your social media sites, LinkedIn, YouTube, or even in your YouTube comments. And people, if they click on it and they make a purchase or they become a member through your link, then you get the credit for it. Okay. So send me your username. And then what I will do is in turn take your username and share it with the next person. So you see how that works. We kind of start getting it going step by step. We're helping each other out. Okay. And one thing I did want to point out too is when you go to create your membership, hang on a second. Yeah, we're still up. When you go to create your membership, make sure that your address that you put down matches your driver's license or your state ID or your country license, or because that's one of the double checks that the 7K does. By law, they have to have some type of ID. So when you create your account, they're going to ask you for like a copy of the front and back of your driver's license or your state ID or whatever your country ID is. And, but that's also how they double check to make sure that you are who you say they are, who you are. And that way, when they make their shipments, because your membership package has to ship out, your first autosaver has to ship to your address. So that's the way that they, by law, the government makes them do that as a double check thing. So they know who they're dealing with. There's some law called know who you are or something like that. I'm not sure what the exact terminology of it is, but so just make sure that your address matches what your ID is. And then also you will have to put your social security number in there because you're talking about the form of gold and silver. And then also if you qualify as an associate or above, you will get a check from them or a payment from them. So they do have to report that, and they do not take taxes out of it. So the 500, the $1,000, $2,000 per week and so on up, you get that straight. You don't have, there's no taxes taken out of it. So I would encourage people to check with their accountant or CPA to see what percentage they should set on the side to cover it for tax purposes. But so just make sure you do have a social security number, and so you would have to be like of working age. So if you had like a 10-year-old son or daughter, they wouldn't be able to do this, but you would have to have be able to file taxes. Okay. So, and that's one thing too, is if you're watching this and your husband or your wife might be interested in doing this, that is one of the many stipulations they have, is that you can only have one team per household. You can only actually have two members per household. And the only other way that you could have more than that is, like, say, if you own your own personal business. Okay. So you have, because it's, you can have one account under your social security number and then one account underneath your business ID or your business tax ID. So that's the only way you could have more than one per person. Or, so you could, in that case, you could have three per household, because it'd be like you, your husband or wife, and then your, maybe your high school age son or daughter or something. And it's like, so you could have the two per, and then your business ID. So a total of three would be the most, but you do have to own a business in order for that to happen. Okay. So like in this case here, if you were watching this and your husband would want to join, he would have to join through your link first, but I would still want you to send me your link and then also his link, because then because he's on our team, because everybody that's from here on out, everybody that signs up on our team, we're gonna work with them to try and get them to qualify. Okay. And some people are real aggressive and they're like, they want to share with everybody right away, and other people are kind of passive. They're kind of shy about it. It's like, well, I really don't want to talk to anybody about it. But like what I tell people with that is, all you have to do is share the video. There's in their back office, they have their buyer certification program. I highly encourage everybody to go through that, because it goes through a really, really nice detailed thing, and it's incremental. So it's a video program. So if you stopped it, like say if you started watching and you got stopped and then you didn't get back to it like a week later or something like that, it will pick up right where you left off. You don't have to go through and start over again. So it's really nice how they have it set up, but they also give you a lot of information. They share the different types of silver and gold that you should look at saving, and depending on what type of buyer you are. And that's where, like, below this YouTube video, I'll have a link for a little ebook that I put together that's free to download. And it kind of goes over some of the information that 7K shared, but then it also has information that I did some research on as well. But that's what their certification program. It's really nice. It really gives you a lot of in-depth detail and will give you a lot of knowledge. But there's also videos there that you can share. So you could, like, say with a friend or a family member or something, or somebody, your coworker, say, hey, why don't you check this video out and let me know what you think. They watch it and they're like, if they're interested, you go ahead and give them your link. If they're not, they're like, well, it's not really for me. Because I've had people say that to me, and I'm like, okay, well, that's okay. At least you have the information, and if you know of anybody that would be interested, let them know who I am, and they'll get in touch with me. So there's different ways to do it. And, as I'm watching this presentation, I want to share a tip with you. This is really important too. If you know somebody, okay, if you're worried about how you're going to get people to create a membership or something, this came up to me during the presentation. If you are work for, or you don't have to work for, but if you're part of a church or an organization that does fundraisers, okay, this is something to consider. If you work for a fundraiser or something, or like say you are in charge of a church organization, and once a year you do some type of fundraiser thing where half the time people are selling, I'm sorry, it's stuff that people don't really want, but people do it because they feel obligated to donate. But in this case here, you could actually use this opportunity for people to create their memberships with 7K. So not only would they be would it be helping the organization or fundraiser, but at the same time, they would be physically getting something for what they're helping. So like say if somebody wanted to donate, they could actually do that where they could actually create a membership or buy something from your link even. So it's like say, hey, the proceeds just go towards the charity or whatever. So that's just an idea. And we could kind of like get into this and kind of like kind of mastermind that idea out too. But it's something that did cross my mind. So like if you're part of some organization that runs fundraisers and that's one way to not only raise money for the event, but at the same time, you're actually helping those people build generational wealth. And it's kind of like a give and get, it's a win-win situation really. So anyways, so that's to get started today. That's all you have to do. Send me your email with your email address, your name, your phone number, and your mailing address. Now, if you don't want the welcome package, you don't have to send me your mailing address, but that's just free from me to you. So once I get your email, I will send you a link, then in turn create your username and your account with 7K. And I highly encourage you, the best way to stay active with this in the plan and qualify and hold your rank as associate or above is to encourage people to join the autosaver, because like I said, that was the whole concept behind the autosaver, was to create a 401k type style. It's not that they wouldn't call it that, but that's what I attribute to as a style where you can set aside X amount each month. And like in this case here, I said that I did the standard membership, which was $199. With the basic, it's go over here. The basic is $105 a month. The variety is $139, and the specialty is $309. Although that changed, the specialty changed this month because they changed this to a half-gram gold state series coin that's being graded. So it's like a perfectly graded state series coin. It's a half-gram gold. So like whatever, in the United States, they have each state has their own animal. They have that, they hit it on the quarters and also the gold coins or whatever, the collectible dollar coins. So whatever they would have them for all 50 states. And it would be one a month that you'd get. It would be $179 plus the shipping and insurance. So each of these have shipping and insurance attached to it. Like with me with the basic, it comes out to $116 a month, which I checked on that while we were doing the presentation, and that's $3.86 a day. Okay, so if you can save $3.86 a day, you can start building generational wealth. Okay, so how easy is that really, if you think about it? But like if you sign, that's why I encourage people to sign up for the autosave. That way you don't have to worry, did I buy within, because you have to stay active within a 30-day period each month. Like with your membership, that'll go from the year from today till next year at this time. But to qualify to get the compensation checks, or you do have to have a purchase or something within every 30 days. Okay, so if you do the autosaver that way, you don't have to worry about, did I do it this month or not? It keeps you active, you keep your points. And if you, for some reason, you qualify as an associate, but then you forget to make a purchase because you didn't have the autosaver and you missed that 30-day window, then you lose those points in your rank. So that's why it's important. Because this is something that will literally pay you residually for life if you stay active and the members below you stay active. This is something you can, from here on out, you could earn passively from this. So it's really a great opportunity. And once people start getting it, once they actually see it and they find out more about 7K and they actually have this physical silver and gold, it's like every month when my coin comes, I'm like, I'm all excited to open up the FedEx envelope, because that's how everything comes as FedEx. So everything is tracked in, like the day your autosaver is charged. So you would have to put in like a credit card number or a bank debit number, a bank card number. And so on the day of your autosaver, they send you an email and say, here's your receipt for your purchase. And then the next email you get from them will be the tracking number from FedEx. And it's usually with it ships out within either that day or the next day. So then when it ships out, you get the tracking number. And then when FedEx delivers it, they send you, the minute it's delivered, that you'll get an email from them saying, okay, your package has been delivered. This way, if you live in a condo or apartment complex or something where they can't come to your door or whatever, you'll be able to know that it's there. Okay, so they're really thorough about everything. Okay, but I highly encourage everybody to take advantage of the autosaver, because it really is nice. And you can actually change it as long as it's within the 30-day window there. But you actually do have 5 days for the choices. There's the 1st, 8th, 15th, 21st and 26th. So like today's July 3rd. If you if you wanted to create your membership today, but you didn't want to have your autosaver ship until like the 15th or even the 26th of this month, you could do it. You could schedule it for that. You'd still qualify and still be active. Okay. So in some cases, there's some people when they join that they create, they get their membership, and then they actually qualify for as an associate even before they even have their first autosaver ship, because they share it with people right away. So there's some really great opportunity here, but the main thing to really look at is the value of, what I shared with the presentation is just, it's important to save a certain percentage in the form of silver and gold. And when you do it in something that's really as nice as a collectible, and some of their rare coins that they have, I have some of them, and I can't, unfortunately, my camera is not the greatest. I apologize about that. But when you see some of the collectibles they have, they are just phenomenal looking. And it's like, and you can see why the value of these things for limited edition stuff is why they have a high dollar value. Like if you went to sell something or liquidate something, you're going to get some really, with some of the limited edition stuff, you're really going to have a nice return on your savings, so to speak. But that's one thing too, real quick. That $1.2 million mistake. Do you realize that some certain ones that you're wondering, well, how could that many coins be worth that much? One of the coins from that collection from 1986 till now, one of the coins in 1999 is worth $19,000. So a 1 ounce silver coin is worth $19,000 from that year. I'm not sure which one it is specifically, but there was another one from 1996 that's worth like $6,000. So this is a $1 coin and face value, and it's worth that much money. So that's like just understanding that just in the form of silver. And everybody knows how, the value of gold and what that is, how that's held its value over the course of time. And it does fluctuate, it does, but over the course of time, it does really hold its value. So that's just things to think about, okay? So to recap the membership packages, there's a standard, like he said 2 in the presentation, there's actually 3. There's standard at $199, the plus is $359, and the premium is $499. And whether you start with the standard or the premium, you get more points with the higher membership, but you can still qualify up to be in presidential gold, which is the highest one, which is like $12,500 a week. It does, that's based on points. So you could even start out with a standard membership, and, a couple of months down the road or whatever, as you're sharing the opportunity and, we're working together as a team, you can qualify up. And it's some people are like, well, I'll qualify quicker to, gold or executive gold or presidential gold ranking faster if I buy the higher membership package. Yeah, theoretically, because you have more points quicker, but that's not like a guarantee or anything. So it's just really how much you share it. Okay. And that's what the importance is, just share the opportunity. Okay. And I have on here the income disclosure, which is because we're talking about saving in the form of silver and gold, but then also the potential to earn passively. Okay. And like I said, it all depends on how much you share it. Okay. So if like you're kind of quiet or shy or whatever, let me know that. Like when you send me your email, if like if you work for a company or you have like 5 or 6 friends or something, or that would be interested in this, let me know that, because then we can kind of strategically figure out where we're going to use your referral ID or whatever. Because like if you have 5 or 6 people, you could qualify for an associate like lickety split. Okay. But so we might not want to use your referral ID right away. We might, like we will, but I'm just saying we can strategically figure out how we're going to do it. Okay. And that's why I want to say we can work together as a team. But like if you don't know who to share it with, or say, hey, Rick, I want to do this, I would like to be part, earn passively at the same time, but I'm not sure who might do it. Can you help me out here? We'll see what we can do, because like I said, I'm going to be sharing your link too. So that, like I said, my goal is to have everybody at least qualify as an associate. Okay, so I did this little thing here. This is a return on investment calculator that you can look up online. So say if you created your membership today and you just went with your basic autosaver. So your basic autosaver is 12 months, and with the shipping and insurance, it's 116. So you're looking at like $1,392 total. This is over the course of a year. So that, like I said, if you can do like $3.86 a day, you can start building generational wealth. But so say if you qualify, as soon as you qualify as an associate, so you have one left and one right, you're eligible for the $500 a week. Okay, and this is per week, not per month. And they do every Saturday night at 11:59 is when they cycle the points at. And if you have those numbers, if you hit the 500 points on your left and your right, which it's at the beginning, unless you have a lot of people sign up right away, it might take you like a week or two or a month to hit that 500 per week. But once you hit it, it'll, because the days of the autosaver being scheduled throughout the month, you'll be able to get that consistently. Okay. But like I did it with this example here. So it'll be 1392. And say if you ranked right away as an associate and you had the points already, so you have $500 a week at 52 weeks, you're at $26,000 for the course of the year. Well, your investment gain is $24,608. So you have like a return on investment is 1,767%, which is phenomenal. That's like Amazon type stock split type numbers. So it's like, yeah, this is there. The opportunity is there if you share it. Okay. And even if you're not able to share it, you're still saving for yourself and still building your own wealth. And it's something that it is going to add up over the course of time. And that's where my present to my son for his graduation present was a membership to 7K, because now he can start building his own wealth by saving monthly. You put it in a bank, a savings account, and you're getting less than 1%. That's actually even a waste, quite honestly. But so like if you're saving in the form of silver and gold, you physically own it. And like with his case here, he's building generational wealth too. He's building his own wealth. So 20 years in from now at 38, he's going to be a hell of a lot better off than you and I are right now, just because he was able to incrementally save. And that's what, like I said, the information today, it changed my perspective on how I looked at money and how I saved. But it gives you an idea of what you can do. Now, you might not be interested in doing this, but it's food for thought. Like, say if 6 months from now you're like, Rick, I'm not interested in it, but then down the road you're like, hey, Rick, let's go. I'm interested in doing this. Let's do it and do this. You could do it. I'd be happy to talk to you at any time. Like I said, you have my email address here, and I'm really looking forward to this opportunity with everybody. So, what I'll do is just real quick here to cover the how you qualify for as an associate. So this is what it would look like. This would be you. This would be you, okay? And your first two direct referrals, you qualify as an associate. So the points you get from an associate is not only do you, when you have your autosaver ship, so every time you have an autosaver ship to yourself, those points go to your left and right, and you can control that. And I'll share that on another video because I want to wrap this up. We're at about an hour here now. So you get the points from your own autosaver. Then when anybody underneath you joins, you get points from their membership and then their autosaver, and then the people that they refer. So it keeps going up to you. That's how you can get the points to qualify. Okay. And plus, if anybody makes a separate purchase from your website, like I said, you have your own exclusive 7K website with your associate number, associate name as the tag on the web address. So that way, that's how you get, if somebody makes a purchase from there or creates a membership, those points get attributed to you too. Okay. So that would be your first left and right. That's an associate. And then to qualify as a copper, which is at $1,000 per week, it would be you. Here's your first two direct referrals that made you an associate. Then your goal is to, and like Zach says in the training, he does some of the training for the 7K. He says, the best way to explain it is get to, and then help those two people get to, which in this case here, your first two direct referrals would be, you want to help them become an associate. You see how the pay it forward goes? And then you want to get two more direct referrals. So in this case here, if you knew, actually, if you knew 3, 6, 8 people that would do this right away, you could actually qualify for a copper like instantaneously almost if you had 8 people sign up. Okay. So that's just how that works. Okay. So that's the goal, is to pay it forward and help people. But you see how all these people here and all these people here, anytime that they get points or an autosaver, those all get attributed to you. Okay. And same with them. So your direct referrals here, anybody that's below them going down, they get the points too. So that's how quickly you can get them. So don't think it's like, I'm never going to get the points. You can. Okay. So to recap the structure here, associates 500 a week, copper's 1,000 a week, bronze is 2,000, silver is 3,500 a week. And I always point this one out at $3,500 a week. That's $14,000 a month. Okay, even at $1,000 per week as a copper, at $52,000 a year, that's more than the average American makes as a that's more than the average income in America. Okay, so it's really, there's a lot of opportunity here. But with that silver at 3,500, if you hit silver within the first 90 days, they have a special bonus, and once you hit that rank and you hold that rank for an additional 45 days, where meaning the people underneath you stay current with their autosaver, so the points and everything stay current for at least 45 days, they reward people with a 100-ounce silver bar. So right now, a 100-ounce silver bar is your reward, and that's valued at like $3,100, $3,200 just for sharing the opportunity. So they really do a lot. They go out of their way to try and help people be successful, and at the same time saving for their future. Okay, so it's something really I highly encourage you to at least consider this, because there is opportunity there. But the main thing is you're saving for your future. Okay. And then if you're a collector, a coin collector, something like this, you'd be like, hey, I'm doing this anyways. Might as well make some money while I'm at it too. But so then after silver, it's gold is 7,000, executive gold is 10,000 a week, presidential gold is $12,500 a week. Now remember, this is weekly payout. Okay, so and as you qualify and rank up, you have to help the people below you, and that's, like I said, the importance of working as a team. Okay, and then to recap the income disclosure here, this was from the course when they first started back in 2016 till October, the end of October last year. Out of all the people that qualified that were actually eligible to receive a weekly payment, they may not have yet, but at the time they did these numbers, so either they were getting at least 500 a week or they were eligible to. 92% of the people were associates, 6% were copper, 1% were bronze, and then less than 1% were silver. And there were gold and executive or presidential golds, but the gold and executive gold, but they were still less than 1%. That's why it doesn't show up there. But I want to point out something too, because they wanted to help people to earn income passively quicker. Even when they did something special starting at the end of last year, they started where if you hit 250 points on your left and right in a week, they would pay you $250. So that's kind of their bonus. Like if you qualify as an associate right away, and then you hit that 250 points, they'll pay you $250. Okay, and so when they cycle the points at the end of the week, when you create your account, you do set up your Sound Money wallet, and the money actually goes in there, and then you can actually either use the money towards your autosaver or something you'd want to purchase, like on a coin drop or something, which is special limited edition stuff they have from time to time, or you could just have the money transferred to your bank account. But it first goes into your Sound Money wallet, and then you can transfer it there, keep it there to use it, or transfer it to your bank. So that's how that works. All right, so just to recap the member benefits. So it's not just the fee and that's it. This is like one of the best benefits I've seen anything play. It's like working, they have it set up to where it's like, because some people actually do this for a living, where this is their job, is they just share it and they earn money from it. So they do offer a lot of benefits to it. And they kind of, I think they, like I said, they thought about almost everything. So you have access to the Sound Money wallet. You have the autosaver program, which, like I said, I attribute to like a type of silver and gold 401k, your own personal one that you, it's just autosaver. Like, they used to have the Christmas clubs at banks where you'd pay X amount a week. I remember doing that, where it's like $2 a week and you'd have a little coupon book, and yeah, that shows you my age. Anyways, so this autosaver program, there's 7K healthcare program. They do offer that. So like if you have insurance, you don't need it. Okay, but that's just something that they offer, but they do offer supplemental insurance too. But like every company, there's an open enrollment period. So I'm not really quite exactly sure when theirs is. So you'd have to contact them for that. But they do offer healthcare. So like if this was going to be your full-time job, you could actually get healthcare insurance through them. There's dealer direct pricing. You have 7K limited edition and rare coins. And some of the coins they are very, very sweet looking, and they are. Sometimes there's one coin that I actually was able to get my hands on, which I was shocked has a mintage of like 333. So there's only 333 in the entire world, and I actually have one of them. So it's kind of cool. So they do have limited edition rare coins. There's the 1099 tax advantages, not only because if you qualify as an associate and start earning money, you have that way the benefit of that. But so like as you're sharing and some of your expenses in that, and like I said, with as far as figuring out how much money you want to take out for your taxes, to check with your accountant or CPA. I would check with your CPA and say, okay, what should I keep track of to make sure when it comes to tax time, I can have some, those deductions in that. So there are some advantages there. They do offer a gold-backed IRA. And for those of you who are sitting on here thinking this is a pyramid scheme, it is absolutely not. Well, a pyramid scheme, you get nothing in a pyramid scheme. Let me explain that real quick, and then we'll close up. A pyramid scheme is you're just sharing an offer to be sharing the offer. So there's never really a physical exchange of any item with a pyramid scheme. And on top of with 7K, you physically get something. It's physically valued. You actually are earning passively in the process. But how many pyramid schemes offer you health insurance or a gold-backed IRA or all these other benefits here? They don't. So if you're thinking that, well, you're missed the whole point of everything that I shared today. So anyways, they do offer a gold-backed IRA. They have the 7K Advantage program, which is something that's just whether you want it or not, you're going to get it. It's something that you can use and it's like just, there's a phone app they have where you actually just put in the city that you're in, and it'll show you the discounts for the stores or businesses that are offering something through it. But even like if you wanted to use it for travel, for like vacationing and stuff like that, you have the hotels and the cars and actually plane tickets and stuff you can get discounts on. So that's that. You have the residual income for life. Like I said, if you stay active and the members below you stay active, you can have this passive income for life. And then of course you have your own personal website. So you get the benefits of receiving points and actually commissions from your direct sales from your website. So again, to recap how you start today, if you're watching the replay and you want to go to www.7kmetals.com//Rick F, you could just create your membership there. Or if you want to send me an email, I will make sure that I get back to you as quickly as possible. So send me your name, your email address, your phone number, so we have another means of communication, and your address, so I can mail you the welcome special bonus from me to rick@silverandgoldsolutions.org. As soon as I get your email, I will send you a link, create your username right away, and then send me your link back, and then I will ensure that with the next person. So depending on how many people watch this replay or are on here live at the end, it might, I might have a couple of people like contact me right away and I may not. So depending on how many people contact me is how quickly I'll get back to you. Okay. So when I send you the link, I will also have my phone number in the email with the link for you to create your membership. And that way you can reach out to me and we can go from there. Okay. So I want to thank everybody very much for taking the time to spend your Saturday morning with me. I wish everybody a safe and happy 4th of July if you're here in the United States. And really, this is a great opportunity if you want to take advantage. If you don't, at least you have the information of what I shared of how it is important to save in the form of silver and gold. So whether you do it on your own, you do it through 7K or however you do it, I wish you the best of luck. And I'm really looking forward to working with you, everybody as a team. And I'm really excited about this. It's a great opportunity, and I hope I brought some value to your day this morning. And I wish everybody my best, and we'll talk to you again soon. Have a great weekend.